Hey guys, Dr. Sandy here with your thought for the day. And it is Friday, and I've committed to twice a week making a video tip or something. So, one thing I was going to talk about is the cost of your job. So, I can tell you now, as a chiropractor, I've worked with a lot of patients, and here's something I want you to kind of think about. Every job or career you're in right now has a cost. And it's funny because you might hear me say that, go, well, I know what you're saying, because when I go to my job, they pay me. But the whole intention of these videos, our office, and what we aspire to teach millions of people is that everything has a cost and your job has a cost. So what does that mean? So on a simple level, like say someone has a job that's very physically demanding, and I've seen this in my office and I feel really bad when I see this. Like, you're working with a patient, they have a job that's very hard on their body. They come home every night, they're getting beat up. And then, a lot of times we're able to help people, but some people have poor health and a job that is physically so demanding that it's hard to make progress. It's hard to help them heal because whatever work you're doing, they're going to work and then the benefits are getting lost. For other people, it might be a desk job, so there's no physical lifting, but the emotional wear and tear, maybe it's the type of clientele they deal with, maybe it's the associates they work with, maybe it's their boss, a manager, there's so many dynamics, but there's an emotional cost, there's an energetic cost. And the thing is, this will affect long-term your health and well-being. So I guess what I'm talking about today, and we're always talking about action steps, I'm not saying that, okay, if you're in that situation, you have to quit today. I'm saying do some soul searching, be intelligent, and maybe if you're in a job right now that physically is hard on the body, maybe you're in a job where emotionally it's getting hard on you. Maybe you're in a job where you do night shift, late shift, there's very different hours. Just ask yourself, and sometimes you've been maybe in this job for 6 months, maybe it's been like 26 years. And just ask yourself, like, when I come home from my work, do I feel recharged and refreshed, or do I feel depleted? So I can tell you for myself, I feel blessed with the type of work I do. When I see people getting stronger, healthier, feeling better, getting into having breakthroughs, it's the best feeling in the world. I love that. When I see people get to a next level, and in some small way, if I've helped with that, it's incredible. It's addictive. It's the best feeling in the world. So I love what I do. In fact, I would even say going to work lifts my mood up. It helps me deal with other stuff. So I love going to work. But evaluate that. Say that, I've had this job, and then let's say you're listening to this and you're kind of like, you know what? I know what he's saying. And before Dr. Sandy even mentioned this, I know in my heart I deserve better. I deserve to be treated better. Maybe physically, this job is too much for me. Emotionally, just the environment has become toxic. Maybe it wasn't like that before. Maybe it is. So the intelligent thing to do is to keep that job. Of course, you need your income, but just start to apply on the side. Look at options. And it's so funny because sometimes I've talked to patients. I'll be like, hey, I'm there. I know you're working there. Keep that job. What's wrong with looking on the side? And some people are like, great idea. But I find the funny thing is a lot of people are like, oh, no, there's no jobs out there. And I'm just like, wow, like, we live in North America. And then some people will say, I'm too young to change my job. I'm too old to change my job. It's my color. It's my this, it's my that. It's like, man, at least try. There's no harm in trying. And then the next thing is maybe say that, hey, I'm going to start a business. And now with the internet and computers, you just got to try. You deserve to have a higher level. You deserve to have the best. And for your health and well-being, just ask yourself that even if the job is paying you well, is it taking a toll on your health? Is it worth it? Physically, it can show up. In extreme cases, someone might have diabetes. Someone might get a heart attack from their job. It's not even, you can't put a price on that. It's not worth it. So if you have a job you love, though, having said that, it's awesome. You should be blessed. When I have patients who come in, they go, I love my job. It's so satisfying. I love seeing that. So if you have a great job, then there's nothing to obviously change. But if you are feeling like, it's time to do things differently. It's time to, make a change or something like that. Keep the job you have, obviously. Don't do anything radical. But then, look at your options. Start a business. Talk to your colleagues and friends. Research on the internet. What are your options? What can you do? And you deserve the best. Because I can tell you, if you think about it in North America, the way our culture is, a lot of times you're probably spending more time at work than even with your family. And if some of you are an exception, that's awesome. But You spend so much time there. Just make sure your health is protected, your mental, physical well-being is protected, because you deserve the best. I want the long game for everyone. You guys deserve an amazing quality of life, a long life. But think about your job. Ask that, am I feeling satisfied, content when I come home? Am I depleted? And then if everything's great, awesome. If everything's not so great, you got to change things up. But be intelligent, keep that job, research your options. Love you guys. I'll be here next week.